Hey there, science fans. Have you ever been to the beach and seen the waves crashing on the shore? Waves are super cool and they can be tiny or huge. Some are small and calm, while others are big and powerful. What are waves and what makes them go up and down like that? We're about to dive into the awesome world of sea waves. We'll learn how they're made and all the cool things about them. Get ready for some fun science experiments too. So put on your thinking caps, grab your science goggles, and let's ride the waves of knowledge together. Are you ready? Let's go. Waves are like moving energy, not moving water. Imagine a wave is like a giant handshake passing through the water. The water moves up and down, but it doesn't really travel very far. So what makes this energy move? Mostly it's the wind. When the wind blows over the ocean, it pushes the water, creating ripples. These ripples grow bigger and bigger, turning into waves. Sometimes, big events like earthquakes under the ocean can also make massive waves called tsunamis. And guess what? The moon's gravity plays a role too, creating tides, which are like really slow and big waves. Let's talk more about wind-generated waves, the ones we see most often at the beach. The size of a wave depends on three main things: wind speed, wind duration, and fetch. Wind speed is how fast the wind is blowing. The faster the wind, the bigger the waves. Think about blowing air on your soup to cool it down. The harder you blow, the bigger the ripples, right? Wind duration is how long the wind blows in the same direction. The longer the wind blows, the more energy is transferred to the water, and the taller the waves get. And fetch? That's the distance over water that the wind blows. Think of a giant hairdryer blowing across a bathtub. The longer the bathtub, the bigger the waves can grow. Now that we know how waves are formed, let's learn some wave lingo. Every wave has different parts. The highest point of a wave is called the crest. The lowest point of a wave is called the trough. It's like the valley between two hills of water. Then we have the wavelength. It's the distance between two crests or two troughs. And the wave height, that's the distance between the crest and the trough, basically how tall the wave is. Knowing these wave parts helps scientists understand how waves behave and how they might affect the coastline. Cool, right? Ready for some hands-on science fun? Let's make our own waves. You'll need a large tray or dish, water, a straw, and some pepper, optional. First, fill the tray with water. Once the water settles, sprinkle a little pepper on the surface. Now, take your straw and blow gently across the surface of the water. What happens? You'll see the pepper move, creating tiny waves. Try blowing harder and see what happens to the waves. You can even try blowing in short bursts or for a longer time to see how wind duration affects your waves. Sometimes, waves can be very, very big and powerful. These giant waves are called tsunamis. But unlike regular waves, tsunamis are not caused by wind. They are usually caused by underwater earthquakes or volcanic eruptions. Imagine a giant splash in a bathtub, but on a much larger scale. These events displace a huge amount of water, creating waves that travel very fast across the ocean. Tsunamis are serious business, and it's important to be aware of safety measures. If you're ever near the coast and feel an earthquake or see the water receding unusually far, move to higher ground immediately. Have you ever noticed how the water level at the beach goes up and down throughout the day? This is called the tide, and it's caused by the moon's gravity pulling on the earth. Think of the moon as having an invisible rope pulling on the ocean. As the earth rotates, the moon's pull creates bulges of water on the side closest to the moon and the side farthest from the moon. These bulges are high tides. Between the high tides are low tides. So the next time you're at the beach, pay attention to the tides. It's all thanks to the moon's incredible gravitational pull. We've learned so much about waves today. From tiny ripples to powerful tsunamis, waves are a fascinating part of our planet. Remember, science is all about exploring and asking questions. Keep experimenting, keep learning, and keep riding the waves of curiosity. The ocean is full of amazing secrets just waiting to be discovered. So get out there, get your hands wet, and keep on learning. Bye for now.